24 hours until his own big speech, David Cameron was meeting community volunteers outside the conference centre and dealing with the fallout from his Chancellor's big moment inside.
As we pay down the deficit, we have to ask the better off families, those with the broadest backs, to bear a fair share of the burden. And I think saying that, you know, is it right to go on paying £1 billion of child benefit to families where there's a top-rate taxpayer? I don't think it is.
And what about those other universal benefits the Prime Minister promised to keep during the election campaign? Winter fuel allowance, free bus passes and so on?
As I said, I made very clear promises in the election to pensioners about their benefits. I want to keep those promises, but you'll have to see the full range of announcements when the Chancellor gets his speech on October the 20th.
Television licences, is there going to...
As I said, the danger of repeating myself, I made some very clear promises to Britain's pensioners, and I'll be keeping those.
George Osborne's policy of withdrawing child benefit from top-rate taxpayers continues to attract a good deal of attention. The Chancellor has come under fire because some wealthier families, where both partners earn just under the top-rate threshold, will continue to claim. But he's adamant his plan is the best available in difficult circumstances.
I completely understand that people on £44,000, £45,000 are not the super rich. I completely understand that this is a difficult decision. That we face an enormous set of inherited debts from the Labour Party. But frankly, it would be extraordinary if this country went through the process of trying to close this budget deficit without saying to the people at the top 15% of the income scale, I'm afraid you too have got to make a contribution.
Sorry, Mr. Loughton, we just wanted to get a clear sense of what's going on with the child benefit.
The reason this man, Tim Lawton, the Children's Minister, was being pursued by journalists is that in an interview he'd suggested the policy could be revisited, saying if the thresholds need to be adjusted, there's plenty of time to look at that.
The situation is, do you think there is any need for a change in the...
out of the way. Okay, thank you very much.
It was not a subject he seemed eager to revisit. Not surprisingly, when Lawton did come to talk, it was to try to defuse the controversy.
I'm very happy with the policy that George Osborne announced yesterday. It's tough, it's a difficult choice, but it's fair. End of.
So it doesn't need a review, it doesn't need anything looking at?
End of.
You said we have to see what comes along later.
Well, that's one way of concluding an interview, but for the Conservatives, concluding the broader arguments surrounding child benefit will be a little trickier. Joey Jones, Sky News, at the Conservative Party conference.